The title of this article is Empower Your Year, Break Free from 10 Limiting Patterns in 2024. This article is originally published in the Paragon Legacies newsletter or publication. So for a better experience, please visit the article page, fulfillmentob.substar.com, if you're listening from the Life Upgrade podcast. So please, I would also love you to subscribe and share this article to your friends and family so you can enjoy a better 2024. Introduction. In my younger days, I craved the swift passage of time, yearning for the freedom to chart my course without reproach or second guessing. However, the harsh reality of adulthood soon dawned on me. A world laden with expectations, bills to settle, the relentless pursuit of wealth, the grind of work, your duty to safeguard others, the cultivation of love, and the burden of responsibilities. Far from enjoyable, this reality revealed itself as merely an amplified version of my youth, now compounded with heightened challenges and complexities. The truth is that, as humans, we struggle to independently discern what is right from or virtuous. A staggering 90% of our decisions are swayed by emotions and external expectations, societal norms, and fleeting trends. We find ourselves trapped in this unending cycle, regardless of the passage of time or the strength of our willpower. Succumbing to toxic external and internal influences becomes an inevitable part of our decision making, shaping the trajectory of our lives. As we approach 2024, the prospect of significant change appears bleak. In fact, circumstances may worsen and aspiration could crumble before our eyes. Witnessing oneself descend into the abyss of regret and depression is not pessimism, but a stark acknowledgement of the potential consequences if one fails to alter their life perspective and shatter the shackles of detrimental beliefs hindering progress. Number 1. Trying to convince others of your value. Let's get real about it. If you've got your stuff together, you don't need to shout it from the rooftop to seek. Secure individuals don't go around trying to convince everyone that they are worth attention, praise, or above all love. The whole point of being secure is that you don't have to prove it to everyone every chance you get. The folks you allow into your world should see all the awesome things about you without needing a sales pitch. If you catch yourself trying to persuade them to like or love you, brace yourself for a cycle of relationship drama. You'll forever feel the need to remind them of your value or keep providing it to keep them around. Here's the deal. If someone genuinely sees you for who you are, they don't need a manual on why they should love you. They want you in their life as much as you want them in yours. Keep it simple. Let your true word speak for itself and surround yourself with those who get it without needing a PowerPoint presentation. Number 2. Using limiting words. Let's talk about a subtle tweak that carries more weight than you might realize. Chances are you've been slipping these 2 words into your sentences without even noticing. The good news, once you catch on, you'll see it everywhere, and that's your cue to make a change. Those 2 sickening words are just and only. You know, the ones that creep into phrases like, I'm just saying, or I was only wondering. This seemingly harmless addition may be small, but they pack a punch. When you throw them into your sentences or statements or questions, it sends a signal of uncertainty and timidity. Take a step back and think about it. Well, I was just asking. No, you were asking because you deserve an answer, because you are curious, because you need that information. Using words to downplay your intentions or the gravity of what you're saying sends a message both to others and yourself that you are second-guessing the validity of your own words as you speak them. Challenge yourself to consciously kick this word out of your vocabulary and notice how much more confident and assured you sound. It's a small adjustment, but the impact is significant. Number 3. Doubting your abilities. Imagine you find yourself at a family gathering and relatives excitedly bring up an idea you shared about organizing a memorable family event. The room buzzes with discussion, smiles, and commendation for your suggestion. How do you react in such scenario? You might be inclined to downplay your role, saying something like, "Oh, It's just a thought that crossed my mind, or perhaps it was only a suggestion. We don't have to go with it. If these responses sounds familiar, you could be straddling the line between humility and unintentionally undermining your contribution. Why humility is admirable. It's crucial to confidently acknowledge and accept credit when it's due. In instances like these, seize the opportunity to express gratitude with a simple thank you and recognize the collaboration of those who helped shape the idea. This is how we demonstrate grace and composure when being recognized. This principle extends beyond family gathering. Whether a friend is enthusiastically sharing your accomplishment with others, your partner is boasting about your achievement, or you are reveling in your success, embrace it. You've invested time and effort. There's nothing arrogant about graciously accepting the acknowledgement you've rightfully earned. And these will help you to put this to practice. Number 1, own your contribution. Recognize and own your contribution without diminishing their value. Embrace your role in creating positive outcome. Number 2, express gratitude. When acknowledged, a simple thank you goes a long way. Acknowledge the collaborative effort of those who contributed to the shared success. Number 3, confidence and humility. Striking the balance between confidence and humility is key. Acknowledge your achievement while maintaining a humble demeanor. Number 4, share credit. When others have contributed to a successful outcome, share the credit graciously or generously. Acknowledging teamwork fosters a positive and collaborative environment. Now, number 4, giving people too many second chances. Look, I get it. We are all humans, prone to mistake and deserving the occasional benefit of doubt. I've built my coaching business on the belief that people can evolve and grow from their missteps. Now, here's a scenario to ponder. Imagine you are organizing a weekly game night with friends and someone consistently show up late or cancel the last minute. The first few times, you give them the benefit of doubt. We all have our moments, right? But when it becomes the 12th time, it's no longer just a mistake, it's a pattern. Sure, second chances are valuable gifts, but there's a fine line between that and the 12th chance. If someone repeatedly betrays your trust, causes you harm, or consistently ignores your boundaries, at some point, letting them go becomes an act of self-preservation and a recognition of your self-worth. Consider this real-life illustration. You've loaned a friend money multiple times, and each time they promise to pay back but never do. It's not just a mistake anymore, it's a pattern of behavior. In this situation, granting a second chance is a choice, but it requires a candid evaluation of whether any meaningful changes has occurred. This will help you put this to practice. Number 1, pattern of recognition. Pay attention to recurring behavior. They reveal more than isolated incidents. Number 2, self-preservation. Knowing when to let go is an act of self-preservation, safeguarding your emotional well-being. Number 3, honest self-assessment. After extending a second chance, honestly assess whether there's been a tangible behavior change. Remember patterns. Number 5, living in the past. Imagine you are at a crossroad in life, standing at the intersection of past and present. Behind you is a trail of decisions, both good and bad. While reflecting on the journey is natural, imagine if you were fixated on a specific wrong turn you took years ago. Let's say you made a financial misstep, invested in the wrong opportunity, and it didn't pan out. Instead of accepting it as a lesson, you find yourself repeatedly dissecting the decision, imagining how life would be different if you hadn't taken that route. This constant rehashing of past financial missteps infiltrates your present mindset. You become hesitant to explore new investment opportunity, paralyzed by the fear of repeating past errors. The fixation on one wrong turn prevents you from making informed, forward-thinking choices in your current financial landscape. The repercussion extends beyond finances. It starts affecting your relationship. The fear of making the wrong move echoes in your connection, hindering your ability to trust and fully engage in the present. This single illustration emphasizes the detrimental impact of living in the past, how it shackles your decision-making in the present and jeopardizes your potential for growth and fulfillment. Breaking free from these cycles allows you to make choices unburdened by the shadows of yesterday, opening up avenues for progress and new experiences. Number 6, break the chains of regret. Mistakes are an inevitable part of human experience. Acknowledging and accepting them is a fundamental aspect of growth. However, the key lies in how we handle these missteps. Individuals with a robust sense of self-worth recognize that dwelling on mistakes for an extended period is counterproductive. Instead, they swiftly move past feeling of shame and focus on constructive actions that leads to solutions. The emphasis is not on denying the mistake, but on learning from it and actively working towards improvement. It is akin to understand that the act of making a mistake is not what defines a person, it's the ability to navigate past it. Persistent self-blame is akin to remaining in quicksand. It hinders progress and growth. In essence, the crux is acknowledging mistake without allowing them become anchors that weighs down self-worth. A healthy approach involves a brief reflection, learning, and a prompt swift towards constructive actions. This mindset shift fosters resilience and a forward-thinking perspective essential for personal development and growth. It is not about the mistake itself, but the proactive step taken thereafter that defines an individual journey. Number 7, nurturing healthy boundaries in relationships. The inclination to sacrifice personal boundaries for the sake of others can manifest in various aspects of life, particularly within intimate relationships where emotions run high. When the excitement and passion of a new connection take center stage, it becomes tempting to overlook certain aspects that might otherwise be deemed important. While some issues may seem trivial initially, the danger lies in disregarding or turning a blind eye to matters that could escalate over time, eventually becoming significant challenges. Your values, beliefs, and the standard for how you wish to be treated from the emotional boundaries you've established for yourself. When someone encroaches upon or blatantly violates these boundaries, it becomes your responsibility to assertively enforce them. This involves expressing disapproval, setting limits, and stepping back when necessary. Failing to uphold these boundaries transform them from meaningful guidelines to mere wishes, hoping that others will miraculously begin treating you with the respect you deserve. Standards and boundaries serve as clear signal of high self-worth, reflecting an individual's understanding of their value. By maintaining these boundaries, one communicates a powerful message: my mental health takes precedence over tolerating toxic behavior. Upholding personal standards becomes an integral aspect of fostering health, relationship, and preserving one's well-being. Number 8, investing time wisely, steering clear of negativity. Recognizing your self-worth involves safeguarding your most precious resources, time. Unlike many other assets, time is finite and can only be expended once. Embracing the philosophy of saying yes to everything might seem like a path to a richer life, but it's not always the case. Understanding your identity, purpose, and mission is crucial in discerning what aligns with you and what doesn't. Imagine your time as a currency and each decision as an investment. Just as you wouldn't invest in venture misaligned with your values or goals, it's essential to make intentional choices about how you spend your time. For instance, consider declining an invitation or dates that don't resonate with your values or contribute positively to your life. Setting boundaries in this context involves the powerful act of saying no when needed. This isn't a rejection of experience, but a conscious decision to protect your time, energy, and mental well-being. In essence, saying no becomes a tool for filtering out activities and engagement that don't serve greater purpose. It allows you to create space for what truly matters, fostering a life that aligns with your values and aspiration. Now, these are tips for protecting your time. Number 1, define priorities. Clearly outline your values, goals, and priorities to guide your decision making. Number 2, learn to say no. Practice asserting your boundaries by politely declining opportunities that don't align with your objective. Number 3, evaluate opportunities. Before committing, assess whether an activity or engagement contribute positively to your life and goals. Number 4, communicate effectively. Be open and honest about your priorities, helping others understand your limitation. Schedule self-care. Prioritize self-care activities in your schedule to ensure your well-being remains a priority. Number 6, reflect regularly. Periodically review your commitments and make adjustments to ensure they align with your evolving goals and values. Number 9, prioritizing well-being, nurturing mental, physical, and emotional health. Neglecting mental, physical, or emotional health is a common struggle, and I'll be the first to admit it. Falling off the gym routine, indulging in a bit too much takeout, and spending prolonged hours sitting, thanks to writing and coaching calls, are all challenges many of us face. Let me share a personal anecdote to illustrate this point. There have been times when my dedication to fitness wavered and the convenience of takeout seems more appealing than a home-cooked meal. Sitting for an extended period during work became the norm, and it took a toll on both my physical and mental well-being. However, it is important to recognize that occasional lapses happens to everyone. There is no need for shame or guilt. It's a shared experience. The key lies in how self-worth serves as the driving force to get back on track. Self-worth acts as a guardian against allowing health to deteriorate to the point that hampers the quality of life. It refuses to let lethargy, laziness, disinterest, or decline in mental sharpness take root. As mentioned earlier, it sets a higher standard, not only for what it expects from others, but also for what it demands from itself. Consider self-worth as a motivational partner that encourages establishing healthier habits, engaging in regular physical activities, and making mindful dietary choices. Picture it as the compass guiding you back to a path of well-being whenever the journey takes an unexpected detour. Tips for prioritizing well-being. 1. Start small. Build healthy habits and gradually focusing on manageable changes. Number 2, incorporate movement. Find enjoyable ways to incorporate physical activities into your routine, even if it's a short walk or stretching break. Number 3, balanced nutrition. Strive for a balanced diet, emphasizing whole foods and minimizing processed ones. Number 4, mindfulness practice. Integrate mindfulness techniques such as meditation or deep breathing to nurture emotional well-being. Number 5, set realistic goals. Establish achievable, healthy goals that aligns with your lifestyle, ensuring long-term success. Number 6, celebrate progress. Acknowledge and celebrate small victories on your well-being. Number 10, overcoming negative self-talk, empowering your inner narrative. One of the most powerful influences on your reality is the internal narrative that unfolds in your mind. This narrative isn't just a passive observer, it actively shapes your perception of yourself and the world around you. It delineates your capabilities, influences your relationship, and molds your belief and your potential. For many individuals, this internal dialogue can become an automatic and involuntary experience, feeling beyond their control. Thoughts permeate the mind without conscious intervention. They are accepted as undeniable reality. Phrases like "I'm not good enough," "I'm not smart enough," or "I'll never be successful" can be a mere whisper for some and a deafening scream for others. Yet, regardless of the volume, they present formidable roadblock. Those who succumb to this passive thought risks allowing them to dictate their life choices. The decision made align with this ingrained belief, and their pursuit of goals becomes stifled before even commencing. However, individuals who recognize this intrinsic value refuses to become victims of these thoughts. Acknowledging such feelings, they go a step further to examine them critically rather than accepting this statement at face value. They question and challenge them. For instance, if the thought is "I'm not good enough," they inquire at the present moment perhaps, "But what skill can I learn? What knowledge can I obtain? What risk can I take to become good enough?" This proactive approach becomes the key to rewriting the narrative of one's life. It's a conscious decision to take charge, examine the script, and make intentional edits to better serve oneself. Recognizing that the story is not set in stone, those with self-worth navigate through self-doubt, actively reshaping their journey. In essence, self-worth is a dynamic process. It's about recognizing that the power to alter the script lies within, not in the hands of others. By taking the driver's seat on this journey of self-discovery, one can reshape their narrative and determine the person they are destined to be. Tips for overcoming negative self-talk. 1. Awareness is the first step. Pay attention to your thoughts and recognize when negative self-talk arises. Number 2. Challenge negative thought. Question the validity of negative statements and seek evidence to the contrary. Number 3, cultivate positive affirmation. Counteract negativity with positive affirmation that reinforce your worth and potential. Number 4, seek support. Share your struggle with trusted friends or a mental health professional who can provide guidance. Number 5, celebrate achievement. Acknowledge and celebrate your accomplishment, no matter how small, to boost confidence. Number 6, continuous learning. Embrace a growth mindset by viewing challenges as opportunities for learning and improvement. Thank you so much for reading this far. This is the end of the article. But before you go, please, I'd love you to go over to the publication page so you can have access to other resources that I linked to the article. This will be really, really helpful for you, especially if you want a better 2024. And don't forget to subscribe and share this with your friends and family. Thank you for your support. If you want to support us further, you can go ahead and leave a donation. Every link will be in the description of this podcast or in the article page. Thank you for reading and listening. Have a wonderful, beautiful day ahead.